Are you single?
Yes.
Yes? You're going to stay that way. I will too. I was dating somebody and they sent me an article about how autism usually goes undetected in women. And it hurt my feelings, but I still liked her, so I left a dead bird on her doorstep. This is great. Nashville is really cool. I'm actually from New York. I'm not from LA, but I did do the LA Comedy Festival, so I understand that that's kind of confusing. Nashville, you guys have a great pussy exchange rate. I don't know if you knew that. It's insane. Like New York, this is valueless. You know? I don't know what it is. I think it's the hair. I think that women know how to be women in Nashville, and you guys are all beautiful, and you have amazing hair. You get your hair blown out, you get your backs blown out, and then I get to drink for free. It's amazing. It's awesome. I got slapped by a homeless person on the streets of New York. That was the same woman that I said would be single forever. Yeah, no, it's really slapping. She came up to me, asked me for money, and I was like, oh, no, sorry, I'm just selling comedy tickets. And she was like, you're selling what? And I'm like, comedy. And then she slapped me across the face. And I thought back exactly how I looked like I would fight back. I just fell into the words. She was assigned male at birth. Woo! Which means she hit me pretty hard. Overall, a very progressive assault. I was like, is that a backstroke? Let them spin. Stop attacking me, you know? It's crazy. Actually, later that same day, I was having pizza with my boyfriend at the time, and the same woman walked into the pizza shop, and she asked me for $1 again. And I screamed and crawled under the table, and my boyfriend chased her out of the pizza shop. And for a second, I was so excited. I was like, oh, I'm being defended. And then he was gone for way too long. But eventually he comes back, and he's like, get in the car. And I was like, what happened? He goes, get in the car. So we're sitting in the car in silence for a few minutes, and he goes, the first thing you do is grab her wig, throw it into traffic so nobody thinks you're hitting a girl. And I was horrified. I was so upset. So why was I so wet? I was like, I will not stand for this, but I might bend over later. You know? Kind of a crazy thing. I've been going through a breakup recently. I've been really sad about it. Oh, that's nice. I felt the collective empathy. I picked up a hobby to deal with it. I've been researching the Salt March of India in 1930. Some people are like, why the Salt March of India? And I'm like, name a better Salt March, all right? It's basically the way that India got independence from the British is it all started on December 29th of 1929. They stuck a flag in the banks of the Ravi in Lahore, and I'm pretty sure that's a nickname my ex had for me. I think that when you listen to a man, you have to listen to what's in his heart, not what's coming out of his mouth. Which would be a lot easier if men were interested in what was in our hearts and not trying to stick stuff in our mouths. And I told him this joke, and he laughed, and he steered me to the couch, and I gave him a blowjob. And then he dumped me, which was really hard to swallow. When hundreds of nonviolent protesters were beaten by colonial police in Dar es Salaam, it gained international media coverage. But when my heart was beaten by a jerk, nobody cared at all. What I'm trying to say is I have it worse than Gandhi. Because India isn't waiting for the British to call, even though it's pretty obvious that they were just being used for sex. That's a dark but historically accurate joke. In their Declaration of Sovereignty, the Indian National Congress said that the British had ruined India I date men and I date women. I think women are a lot prettier, but men are a lot more persistent. So. I guess that's why I'm a single mom. I spent so much money to be here tonight. Please fucking laugh. It's crazy. It's wild. My son's autistic. My son has autism. That's not a joke. You guys can laugh. That's cool. I'm pretty into it. I'm pretty into him. He's cool. He recently he goes to a school where all the kids are autistic. He's been coming home lately being really excited about this girl, Sophia. He'll be like, I saw Sophia at lunch today, and I did not know what to say. I will try my best tomorrow. I know, so sweet. And then I met her. I met Sophia, and I was like, hi, Sophia, how are you? And she was like, is that your real hair color? And I was like, no, it's not. She's like, you like cats? I was like, I used to have one when I was a little girl. She goes, what happened to it? And I realized that my son doesn't have a crush on Sophia. He's just terrified of this human machine gun questions. People can be a little funny about that stuff. One woman came up to me and she was like, well, it seems like everyone has autism today. What do you think is causing it? Feminism. Because feminism told me I could go to work like a man and do drugs like a man. But whereas your semen recycles every 2 weeks, my ovaries are bathed in every choice I've ever made. And my name is Katie Blunt. I was born with that name. Have you heard of nominative determinism? It's when your name drives fate. So freshman year of college, they put me in room 420, and it all went downhill from there. Has anyone here ever turned up stone to an airport?
Yes.
Yes? What was it like? You look so nostalgic for it, actually. It was terrible? Oh, yeah. It was what? Way too high. Me too. I think I had my son with me, so I feel like that made it worse. I took an edible just thinking I'd like relax on the plane, but it hit me right as the terminal doors opened up, and I was like, oh no. Too many people. I've never felt closer to my son in my life. We're both like walking through the airport super paranoid. And at one point he turns to me and he goes, Mommy, are we gonna get arrested? I was like, not if you shut up. But ultimately we were fine because security thought we were both just autistic. Yeah, I don't know. What did you say? Fuck it.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's awesome. You have great energy. I love it. Are you guys together? Or brother and sister? I can't tell. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Are you guys in love? Oh yeah? Oh, that's so sweet. I remember the first time I fell in love. There was this guy named Juan. I thought he was the we had this amazing night together in Miami on spring break. And then the next day I got him in this club with a different girl. And I knew what to do, you know, I walked up to him, kicked him in the shins, ran away. He chased after me. He was like, ¿Por qué? I was like, come on, tú sabes por qué. And then he said, Soy el ángel de la muerte, which means I am the angel of death. And he took off his shirt and tattooed across his back were the words September 11th. And he said, el 11 de septiembre es mi cumpleaños, which means September 11th is my birthday. And I never saw him again. But I did go to rehab, so pretty good.